Holy smokes. 69,372 at the Magic City Classic. Is that the leader in the clubhouse now?
That is clubhouse leader. That overtook State Fair.
Wow. Hey, congratulations to everyone who was at Legion Field in Birmingham, Alabama for that game. A blowout game, matter of fact. I mean, not even a close ball game. It was over in the first quarter. 56-13, Alabama State. I mean, they were up on them like, what, 21, 28-3? Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. They were on them early. They like no mercy. It was like somebody had talked bad about Andrew Body's mama, and Andrew Body was like, oh, okay, that's how y'all want to be? Yeah, 21-6 in the first quarter, then 28-0 in the second quarter. Game was over by halftime. I don't think did any of that 69-372 stay after halftime? That's my question. What did it look like after halftime? Andrew Body tallies 6 scores, 6 total touchdowns, as Alabama State ran for more than 300 yards. Body was 19 of 24 for 304 passing. He threw all his touchdowns before halftime. He also ran 66 yards on 7 carries. Let me see. 5 passing touchdowns. 5 passing touchdowns, Drew. And 1 rushing touchdowns. This was like that first game of the year when he did this to UAB. Does he have something against schools in the state of Alabama? I mean, man. How much of a bag, what kind of bag is Alabama State going to have to keep him? I'm just curious. Ooh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Number 2 on the attendance standings. South Carolina State. No, this was Norfolk State's homecoming.
Yes.
How did they get 47,273 in a stadium that only holds 30,000? How in the heck did they do that?
That's when you start counting hills and everything else, Brian.
I would love a little more clarification on this. How did you get more people in Dick Price Stadium for Norfolk State homecoming? Lennon says over. Lennon, my brother, where is that overflow at? And is that overflow in the stadium? I mean, that's interesting. I mean, you're talking a 15,000 plus amount of overflow. Yeah, they had to have counted the tailgates. That's crazy. Okay. Norfolk State is a closed stadium, folks. For those of you who have never seen Norfolk State Stadium, there's no open hill. There's no opening. It is a closed stadium. That's not accurate. There's no way. There's no way. I love the fact that my parents' alma mater, had that kind of attendance for a game in which, let me go back and look at that score again, Drew. Another question, how many people stayed after halftime? Because South Carolina State had a 38-14 lead at halftime. They go on to win 51-20. I guess it wasn't the defense that was the problem, or the defensive coordinators. I'm sorry. I guess the defensive coordinators weren't the problem at Norfolk State. So they must still have the same issues that they had before. Them boys, I would love to know what new ways they are counting attendance. Please educate me. I always thought attendance was based on the people that came through the turnstiles that sat in the seats. So if there's a new way, I know it's 2025, and I know folks do things differently these days, but you please educate me on how they do attendance these days, because I'm old school. I thought that's how attendance was measured, based on butts inside of the stadium. I didn't know we were counting people underneath the stadium. counting people inside the fence of the stadium or people within the block radius of the stadium. I educate me, please. Tickets sold. I mean, does a ticket into the stadium? Is that what we're again? Please, you know what? I know some people at Norfolk State that actually work for Norfolk State. I will investigate, and maybe I'll have an answer next Sunday. Okay. The Las Vegas Classic, 29,655. That's pretty good. Pretty good debut. The visuals were great. Good job, Grambling State. Good job, Jackson State. Looks like the Tigers on both sides did a great job of representing, being on hand. Looks like the city of Las Vegas did some really cool things in some of the feature marquee locations. I've never been to Vegas, so I can't speak on some of it, but just the visuals, so we'll go from there. 17,180 at A.W. Mumford Stadium. I will tell you, there's no way in hell there was 17,180 at that. There's no way.
Advanced sales. They bought the tickets before.
Okay.
You can count sold tickets in attendance.
Okay, well maybe that's what happened, because they were sure as heck not 17,180 in attendance. I had people when we got there. There were people from Southern that were 10,000 might have been the max that were in attendance, physically in attendance at Mumford for that game. You had a little bit of weather. There was some weather when we came out of New Orleans. There was some weather, and really it lasted all the way up until about kickoff, and then it was nice. I mean, it was beautiful, but the rain was there for most of the day. So between the rain, the weather, and Southern being bad, homecoming was the previous week in the rain. I think there were a lot of people, from what I hear, were disgruntled, unhappy. And they just were like, yeah, I'm out. This season is over. I'm not coming. Shout out. There were some Rattlers there. Shout out to the Rattlers who showed up. We were probably about 1/4 of the attendance. Honestly, if I'm being honest. So yeah, Steve said, yeah. He said there was about 3. Exactly. Yeah, there was no way 17,000. And then Delaware State at North Carolina Central's homecoming, 12,800. That's a little more accurate, because I think that stadium, O'Kelly Riddick Stadium, only seats about 10 to 12 anyway. So, all right. So good stuff on the attendance. Congratulations to Magic City Classic leader in the clubhouse on the season with 69,000. So the question is, can the Bayou hit 70? I don't think the Bayou Classic will hit 70. And that's probably because Southern could be walking into that game winless in the SWAC and with a 1-10 record. If Southern is 1-10 walking into the Bayou Classic, does the Bayou Classic have 70,000 people?
I don't think so.
Israel says Bayou Classic numbers are falling. Yeah, I can see that. Lennon's saying they're calculating attendance by the tickets that were scanned. Again, so you're selling tickets to what? Come inside the gate or the block? Because I've been to the stadium. I know.
Here's the thing, Brian. If that ticket sold to come into the block allows access to the game, you can count it on attendance.
But it can't. I mean, when it says access to the game, what does access to the game mean?
Right. That means you don't have to do another scan or another ticket to get in. If that one ticket gets you into everything or multiple things, including the game, it counts as attendance.
ticket for entry on campus? Get the F out of here. No way. This should not be part of our attendance for these games. Let's stop the madness. I know, look, I'm not doubting what you can and can't do. You can do whatever you want to do. But I am calling BS if we're come on, guys, what are we doing? We ought to call BS on all of this. If you know that the stadium only seats 30,000, if they're not putting additional seats in the stadium, then let's not count the game attendance with attendance for the homecoming day festivities. How about that? Maybe we need a different category. Call them homecoming day activities. Because let's not call it the attendance for the game, Norfolk State versus South Carolina State. I'm not debating on that. I mean, I trust the reporting. If that's what the reporting says, I know the guys at game day, hey, it is what it is. I'm not debating with them about the reporting. I'm debating with this new thing that we're doing where we're counting attendance on the block, attendance on the campus. If that's the case, then let's go. I want every school to do it. Let's see how many people get access inside of the 1 block radius of the stadium. Then let's all do that. But I still want to do attendance in the actual game. Game day attendance. And the bad part is everybody's not being consistent. Some schools aren't counting students. They aren't counting the band because they don't have a ticket. Some schools are counting people who are within a block radius. I mean, damn. Let's take this seriously. Let's be serious about this.
Let's move on. We were going to talk about some games.
Okay. I'm sorry. Got me fired up, Drew.